Thank you, Mark.
Go that way.
Go that way. Get away from Mike.
Here we go.
First, I want to say thanks to the Lynchburg Tea Party and Campbell Countyans, Amherst Countyans, Appomattox Countyans, Bedford Countyans, and I know City of Lynchburg, of course, and all in this area for participating in the Tea Party movement. If it were not for you and other similar Tea Parties around the country, we would be so far in left field as a nation that you could never see home plate. So I want to thank you for standing up for freedom, for standing up for individual liberties, and for keeping the cost of government down instead of constantly up. Tonight, Mark asked me to talk about two issues: illegal immigration and legal immigration. I was disturbed today when on the internet was this sign that the marchers against the law in Arizona have waving around. Give us free health care, free jobs, no taxes, house, food, you owe us America. That is the attitude that is taking us down the path to an economic calamity. Our debt, our debt is almost 13 trillion. Our deficit is 1.5 trillion, 4 times what it was in 2008. And these that came in illegally, I assume because they're fighting the illegal immigration law in Arizona, wanting more handouts and more freebies. We're going to have so many people in the rowboat that it's going to sink. We need more people with the Tea Party philosophy all across this country, and if we had that, America would be safe. I did go to the Constitution Party National Committee meeting this past weekend, and I will have to say they had the courage to pass a resolution in support of Arizona, in support of Governor Brewer, and in support of their efforts to bring an end to illegal immigration, which costs this country varying estimates between $150 and $300 billion a year. And if you want to reduce the deficit, let's get tough on illegal immigration. I would like to see the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee follow the lead and take this position. As Dizzy Dean would say, the chances of the Democratic National Committee doing this are slim and nigh. And I'm not too optimistic about the Republican National Committee, although I know there are some Republicans who agree with me and agree with most of you that one way to put a crimp in our deficit would be to totally stop the illegal invasion along our southern border and into the United States of America. We also need to reduce legal immigration. Legal immigration costs this country billions of dollars per year. And you get a big diversity of views on this issue. Many that come here legally come as asylees and refugees. And we say bring them on in. We had over 1 million green carders last year. Over 800,000 of that million were job, employment age persons, taking jobs from United States citizens. In my view, the jobs in America should go to United States citizens first, instead of bringing in so many persons from foreign country to cut down on labor costs. We need to stand for Americans first. And I know Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton have said they want to see the All-Star game moved from Arizona. Let me tell you one thing, I'm just one viewer, but if they move the All-Star game from Arizona, I won't be watching it and I won't be buying anything from any of the advertisers on that All-Star game. The last current news item that I thought was somewhat disturbing were several students were kicked off campus for wearing American flags. Now, this wasn't down in Mexico, this wasn't down in Salvador, this wasn't in Nicaragua, this wasn't in Guatemala, this was in the United States of America. And I say we should always be proud to see the American flag properly displayed in the United States of America. And if persons from other countries want to display their flag, that's fine. But in the United States of America, where you want to come and assimilate and be part of our country, let's not kick students out of school for displaying the American flag. Let's give them a round of applause and cheers for standing up for our country. Lastly, I want to say thanks again to Mark Lloyd. Thank you, Mark, for all you've done and for all of you participating in the Tea Party and for fighting for a balanced budget and for cutting costs and for standing up for the values and principles that made our country great and which we must defend for our country to continue on a positive path.
Thank you, Virgil. Okay. Very quickly, because we got a tight schedule.
Mr. Goode, I've been coming to Tea Party meetings in January, only 2 times has the media been here, and that's when you've been here speaking. And we were told you were going to teach us about immigration law, but what you gave was a campaign speech. What I'd like to know, I'll give you a Charlie Crist moment.
All right.
Are you going to run, and are you not? And if you're not, would you go ahead and let the media know, let people on the Tea Party know whether you are going to run, whether it's an independent, or as a Republican, or not? That's my question.
Look at him, Virgil. I hope and believe that there will be a strong conservative candidate emerging from the field out there, and I would look forward to supporting that. But I want a candidate that's going to be solidly against illegal immigration, reducing legal immigration, that's pro-life, that is pro-federal marriage amendment, and that has the courage to cut and not increase federal expenditures. We've got to have courageous persons in Congress that's willing to say no.
I think that is, you may run, is that right?
No.
I don't think you answered the question.
If we keep diluting this down, we will assure that Perriello will be sitting there come fall.
He just said
I do not
no.
want to see that happen.
He just said no. He just said no.
Okay. But I thought I was coming to learn about immigration, and he just stood there for 6 minutes and just gave a campaign speech. I'm sorry.
Well, I have been working with Mark Lloyd to arrange for the American Council for Immigration Reform to take a full hour of y'all's time if you want him to. Several speakers, one Mr. Rector from the Heritage Foundation can give details, and if I have longer, I can give you detail after detail on how many persons come in illegally, what it costs, but there are candidates here that want their opportunity to be heard, and I don't want to infringe on their time. But now I can tell you, I will be glad to come with them. We'll take 2 hours, and I can give you a lot of facts and details about the adverse impact on the economy of the United States of illegal immigration and legal immigration.
You had 6 minutes.
All right.
That's okay.
Without any further ado, we're going to get on with this. We've got